45 minutes to go in the trading session. Welcome back to the close. Let's get a look at how we stand or how we're faring right now. It's pretty negative right across the board. S&P 500 0.6 to the downside. The Dow 0.3 at this point. Yeah, NASDAQ leading 1+% for tech stocks in negative territory so far today. Here in Toronto, 0.75%, 0.76% to the downside. Brazil is positive. Bitcoin still struggling today. Crude higher on the day, guys. Gold back to the downside. It's 45 minutes until the close.
All right. Yeah, what's up? Welcome to the fastest 45 minutes in YouTube, on YouTube, wherever you want to go. Look at Morris right now. Philip Morris, guys, headline just out. I just shorted the crap out of this thing. And it is basically, as you can see here, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see it up there. But right now, Philip Morris, Joe Biden and company, guys, considering ruling to reduce nicotine in cigarettes. Kaboom! Finally, I mean, I don't care either way. I wish cigarettes didn't exist. But here's a big short, 41.85, Brendan. $2 in the money. Let's go!
51.85, right? I'm assuming, right?
Yep.
Okay. No, yeah, getting absolutely crushed here. You're going to see just cratering. Look, market be selling. Philip Morris getting cratered by far the worst, guys. And there's going to be a lot to cover here. Not a lot of strength overall in the market. I'm still short Sundial in the morning. That's absolutely getting crushed. Just to quickly talk about Kashana's positions here. 49, watch out for 49. Obviously a bit of a dip price. If there's any kind of a bounce and it doesn't happen here, it could get really ugly for them.
Yeah, I mean, we are $2.50 now in the money. We talked about this on our question and answer period. Like, where do you find your stocks? It's just called news. So news, more volume than normal, you could see here. And then understanding the symbols, right? Like, I right away read this and I just flipped over to MO. Like, there could be obviously other names, but I'm more comfortable trading Philip Morris. It's the name. Whoa, I'm going to get out of this, but this is a nice little $2 winner. Let me just trade this and get out. We just spiked up a bit there. 49.80 right there was that top of that spike. I'm going to get out if that happens again, but maybe this is a good spot right here.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that, you always go to that like daily or 15-minute chart to try and find support where it might bounce. You guys know, if you guys were tuning into the morning show, Sundial has been under pressure. It is 420. Well, it's not 420 yet, but you guys know there's always sometimes some buying in the cannabis space, and today Sundial's up 10%. It just rolled over at 95. I got 94 change to the short side. Getting some out of VWAP. This is the position that we had on this morning. Shorted into 90 cents. Back at it right here at 95. So rinse and repeat action. I also picked up some Roblox. To the long side, I always put in NASDAQ because I expect it to be NASDAQ, and it's New York. Made a bottom here at 71.50. So another name, look, you can pick a million names out of the hat here that are down 5%, 10%, growth names, recent IPOs. But I just go back to this, all kinds of chops, 71.72, 71.50 bottom last week. It bounced off of that same price, 71.42. I picked it up when it broke back above 72 even. It has not given me any profit yet. In the money, about 30, 40 cents. It was about 50 at once. I think once I get to that like 72.60 to 70 area, I'll take the first third off in case there's any kind of a bounce in the market. Brendan?
All right, the other one most affected by this right now anyways, BTI, guys, British American Tobacco, big move down on that headline as well, 41 down to 40. Volume still coming in on the sell side as well. Both Mo, Altria, and Philip Morris, guys, getting crushed right now.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry for that one, Mo. We just got out there 49.46 or so, basically the bottom there. We take that out. I mean, the ultimate bottom, 49 and change, but there it is. That's a $2. I mean, I'll just check it out for you right here on the trade list. A $2, oh man, I have too many trades here. A $2.37 winner right there on MO. So really happy to take that. And again, follow me on Twitter. I'll put that Twitter link in the chat for you. You guys can have a quick look at what that headline is. Brendan just gave it to you though. So you can find that. It's out now. Good little name there. If you look on a daily chart, I mean, my trade had nothing to do with anything other than momentum. So, you know, the fact that it wicked down to this support level doesn't surprise me now that I look back, but that had nothing to do with where I decided to get out, just watching the level 2, playing the momentum. You saw it rip up against me, and then it came back down. That was a perfect time for me to take that fill. Even if it kept going down, look, we'll take off some wins when they're there. So that's a nice little trade. We're happy with the way Philip Morris started. And like I said, man, the fastest 45 minutes begins 5 minutes ago. Now we only have 40 left. So let's get going. No trades left. I only have Clover. Clover's been a good, whoops, that's not the right stock. Clover's been a good stock. I was able to get some out here at 10 when we did break above. We were busy here during the lunchtime hour, but I sat back down, got a little bit out. Now we're testing bottoms again. Maybe a potential long for Clove.
Yeah, I was just looking at Clover off that same support from the morning here. It's going to be that 925. We never really got a good test of it. I did try it just as we were ending the show, but I extended that too far out at 950, and it was going to be a tight stop because I didn't really pick it up in front of the 25s. If we come down and get like 35, I think that's going to be a solid entry for me. I just see a few people talking about AMC, and we were trading some GameStop this morning. All of the success was to the short side, and of course I tried to go long. You can see how that one worked out. That's the low. I mean, that's where I got out. This is the low here, all the way down to 162. GameStop is right on the bottom. Pre-market low and this wick low hang out right here. I just feel like, GameStop's done this game before. GameStop's done this game. Of course, I said a horrible pun like that. GameStop's done this before, where you kind of base out at the bottom. They might have one squeeze left in it. If it does not take out the low of the day, I'll try one more shot to the long side. It's first things first going to be a shot through 165. But if it breaks the low of the day, you got to throw that out with the bathwater. Brennan?
This is good news for some companies. 22nd Century Corporation here, XXII, on the NYSE ARC exchange, just ripping right now on volume. I'm going to read this description to you. The company focuses on technology that allows increasing or decreasing the level of nicotine and other nicotronic alkaloids in tobacco plants. So it's a biotech company that is focused on making tobacco plants that produce less nicotine, guys. So this one, it's positive for, apparently.
Great look, Brent. I'm going to add that one to the
I mean,
watch
that's
list.
the sickest symbol. I mean, 21st, what is it, 21st century, they're at XXII, whatever it was. Great symbol there. And yeah, look, I don't know what that headline's going to mean. I mean, they've tried that before, figuring this out with tobacco companies and things like that. There's just so much money in it on the tax side of things without getting, too political. But I don't know if that will hold. But it's nice of Biden to think about that. So we'll see what does happen there. I wanted to look at Facebook, trying to catch some longs in here. I think we'll see what the NASDAQ does the rest of the day. But if we could catch a long ahead of 300, I think that's worth it. We seek and got some revenge on this initial Facebook short. We didn't hold it long enough. We got it, I thought it was pretty good. We got it at 303.20, but it did drop down to 301. So we're coming back in right now. 300 just broke. We do have bids now, 75 or so. We'll see if we can't catch that, but you can see right now the NASDAQ making moves to the downside, looking to take out its afternoon low, and then you have that bottom that was at 1130. So we'll wait to see. It looks like the NASDAQ trying to tick, but I am trying to go long right now on Facebook. I mean, maybe right here is fine, 301, but this is just a position I'm looking to take.
Yeah, and I look over to that name, Brendan, and I see this former lower high that got put on the daily, that 380 level, and it just pulled back off of $4 right into this 380 range. So here we have a bit of a key battle being waged. I think, when I look at that short, I say 380 because I found it on the daily chart. But if you're giving it all the way to 4, it's a bit of a stretch. I'd like to see it actually bounce off of this 380, get me back up to, or at least close to that 4 range, and maybe I can catch a little something in the 85 to 90 range, and then give that to the high of the day on XXII here. I like it. It's going to be an interesting play. GameStop showing a lot of weakness. I'm not sure I'm going to get that long position. And then just coming back over to Clover Health. It's actually holding up at 950. I did have that long entry there, but it just spiked down, finding a little bit of a bid. And, this is one of those where if the money can come back into it, even if you get back to like $10, the risk reward's starting to get pretty solid at the end of the day. And it hasn't done that absolute flush. Like, there's been no real capitulation flush all afternoon. It's been some slow grinds to the downside. The big sell was really off of the open. So I'm going to kind of favor the long side in front of 925, and I'm going to start it here at this 950-ish range. I thought I'd be a little more patient, but if I'm going to go long, I'm already holding Roblox. I'm sort of looking for a bigger name to get into. And I like the banks earlier. I'm going to take a shot at Clover. It's up that 8%, and there hasn't been any kind of just demonstrative sell just yet in the afternoon.
Clover Health, yeah, I'm holding very, very small. I'm just trying to hold that one to see. We are now into Facebook at 301.04. So we're right here, flat. We took that 301. It does go in the money for us, about 25 or so cents, as the NASDAQ tried to go there. As I said, we're going to just take this one not too far down. Hopefully we'll see what happens at 300. If it gets down there, we will layer these bids in. So that's just another name. I want to take AMC to the short side if we do break. A key level coming up here, 950. We've dipped down before, once, twice, 3 times, now coming back down to 950. So this is, again, worth the check for me anyways, down to 950. We'll go short through it. We realized the last time this happened, about 930, it was just a bunch of consolidation here. So you're going to get some downside moves. If I could take 10 cents on this, we'll do that. Remember, we have to be flat heading into 4 o'clock. So we're just trying to make some quick scalps. Brendan, what up, bud?
All right, another pet-focused company moving today. We talked about Woof. If you joined us this morning, we talked about that PETS that's on the insurance side. This is a pet food maker, TDH Holding, PETZ. Also ripping here this afternoon, guys. 275 just broken.
Well, there's some strength in the market. It's just clearly in the pet space, guys. And it's not in QuantumScape. Just taking a double look here. It's trying to hold the low. 31. Thought maybe we'd get to that 3-0. It hasn't happened for me just yet. So really haven't had too big of a look. If it flushes and it's kind of a crazy wick down there, I'm going to have that out on my eyes. I was watching it this morning in the morning show. I'm going to be back here again. I can tell you, it looks like I'm not going to be waiting around for that better price. I mean, there was a bit of a spike just now in that XXI. Tried to come up here, then comes right back to that 380 level. So I'm going to start the position here. It just took some 36s to see if this one can start to go. And I could have had 36 like a couple of minutes, but I wanted to see a couple of minutes ago. But I wanted to see if it got a better test and if I could get some at 85 to 90. A little too fast for me there, so I'll pick some up at 76. I'll average in a couple of times here and then see if it can't hold that 4. Brent, one of our members in the chat, it would have been a great idea if it could have broken 4, giving you that failed break look at this time of day. But with only half an hour to go, got to look for some trades here. I do like what we have on this name, and I don't think, unfortunately, oh no, GameStop approaching that 165, so that break actually could happen.
Yeah, I was looking at GameStop as well. We do have that AMC ready to go. Facebook back to flat. And just looking around here, and I just noticed this MO. As you guys can see, we're cracking through 49 right now. So I thought we got out pretty good there, but it does battle back to about 50-50, and then it comes right down. I'm debating this may have been the bottom there at 48.27. The reason why, and I mean, you guys can check this on your software as well, but we come right down to that 50 period and basically at 48 to hit it and then bounce right back up. So that was like a good move down to that 50 period. We talk about that as being support all of the time. So like I said, we got out initially off the momentum play, which I'm still pretty happy with it. That's $2.37 in 1, 2, 3 minutes. So happy with that trade for sure as we come back on the show. But that was a possibility right there to get a little bit more on this move back to the upside. So I think we'll wait. Like there's my logic with taking this trade was basically, and I have orders to average up into it, and obviously it never came through, but was that this can't be good news, so there's no way it trades back to the levels where we were at before the news, so that makes sense to me. Anyways, I guess that was a good short, 49.20 backside there. We don't have any action on Facebook, although we are long. I'm thinking the NASDAQ tries to hold this. We'll check out the closing imbalances and see where we're at with those. One name, Neil, that we talked about earlier on, and I have, almost 300 fills today, is Uber. I talked about that with Mark Roberts.
Oh, yeah.
This was a reopening play that I think has gone a little bit sour here in the last little while. We did have huge highs, dip down. We've got a nice little base at 53, 54, and then again, a nice run back up. I thought we were going to take out the top here at 61, but Uber's fallen right back down, and it's at that 50 period right now. So, hey, if we get a bounce in the market here, Uber's probably a decent buy. You can see this. It's already happened down to 57.50. I'll look to take it on a breakout long, but I think it needs to break above, maybe even above 50, even above here, man. Yeah, like 58.05. If we can get back above 58.05, we'll take a long on Uber, but that's for right now. I know that's a little ways away, but I want to wait for that because you have some consolidation here. We still could come to the backside. So 58.05 for your boy. I'm going to try that on Uber.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have some ideas for that. Well, at least I think so to the long side in a day like today. One of them will not be, it won't be Sundial. It might not be Virgin Galactic, but it is worth noting, sort of coming back off the top. And I've been sort of, on the bearish side of this trade despite owning it. And this 22 sort of 30-ish level, it's a bit random. But if we get any kind of a bounce, I'm sort of looking at this here and saying, how far is too far? Now, it's only 5% because there's a lot of names that are a heck of a lot weaker than this. It's just sort of worth keeping in mind what happened to this name last week as well before I start writing off the idea that it could give any kind of a rubber bound bounce back. And I kind of look at this 2260-ish area, the previous week's bottom, at least room to there if it breaks these quarters and 30s to the upside. Got to watch out for that 20th century. It is creeping back up. My price now 80s as it tries to get to that $4 mark. So I'm counter trend on that, and it's a pretty strong stock, at least, well, it's got strong news to it as well. And then back to Roblox, which I kind of thought we had a good little leg in here, just going back to this this bottom from the 9th and the 12th. And it cannot seem to, it can't seem to break out. It's gotten up to the 72.65, went right to my order, turned right around here. Now we're getting consolidation higher in the money, which is solid. But if the market can't get itself going and we start dumping into the close, I'm not giving this to the low of the day anymore. If it's not going to go, if it can't even get past the first chop level, I'm going to go with a stop at like 71.80, which is relatively tight. It's like a 30-cent stop plus slippage on Roblox, but I'm counter trend. The bounce wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be on this particular name. So as much as it's in the money, you got to think about time is against me here with only 30 minutes to go. You don't want to be digging in too deep on something which isn't showing you the volatility that you want. And I have to watch out because I do know that Sundial can pop at any moment on me here. So it came to VWAP and bounced again. I can't let this get past 95. I'll get out if it breaks 95. And I might not even defend $1 if it wants to run that into the close. Brendan?
All right, market coming off here a little bit. I did notice halfway through the break there between shows that 10-cent music was very high on the relative volume list today. No significant headlines that I can see. It did gap up this morning, did give you a nice push to 18.5, but we're all the way back down testing or on its way to testing day lows here. TME showing some weakness, guys.
Remember, 10-cent music was caught up in that Archegos stuff there, so I don't know. Maybe there's something left with that. Brendan said we're coming off here a little bit. We were coming off a little bit, which made me a little nervous about Facebook, but here we go. Here we go again. Long 301 and change. Good trade there, 301.03. We'll see how far it can go. We've held this against us a little bit, not enough to get more shares. Unfortunately, we were waiting at 75. It only goes as low as 80, which is ridiculous. Like if I was just a little bit more there, I'd probably be taking some out for 40 cents, but we're still long. It's only 20 cents in the money. I just think if the NASDAQ can blow up here a little bit into the close, then Facebook does, like, I mean, just NASDAQ just has to push. Like, if it can get to like 3-4 handles higher here, then we'll take that. But we'll have to wait to see if that can happen. 301.23 right now. My target for this Facebook trade is kind of like right in here, 301.80. Like if we could take about 80 cents on this trade, I'd love that. But look at the NASDAQ now looking to make moves to the downside. So I'm averaging into this all the way to the bottom, which is why, you know, I think that we need that 70, 80 cents on this name. Come on, man. Stay high if we can for you. Neo was another name I liked if the market ripped, but I'm already into this Facebook, so I'll probably not take a Neo break long as this Facebook, I have to manage it. But this is a good spot. If you guys are trading Neo, I like this spot right here. 36.80. Look at this. It's touched it 1, 2, 3. Basically, this is like 5 tops here and a fail. But at the same time, this also looks like, look at the bottom. You're making a wedge to the downside here. So you can easily see this come back to 36.40 very, very soon. There's size on the level 2 right now, which is making me a little nervous and why I like the bid. I would rather come down. Maybe if we look at a 3-minute chart, we have something, but there's consolidation right here at 50. So let's just see what happens if it gets there. But hey, look, on a positive move in the close, this has to be taken, 36.80. So I have the order there. It's just I'm debating how many shares to take. It's in there for right now, 36.80 break on NIO. It's just, actually, this is a good opportunity right now for me to get some more Facebook long. I'm bidding 75s. Might as well take 85s.
I'll fist bump that for sure. And one thing I'll say about that chart, you need a few more executions on that NIO
just
chart.
A few more.
I feel like there should be an over/under on how many times you're going to get an execution on the NIO. Although some days Palantir is probably a little bit more. But again, some of these are trades that we're going to be scalping heavily. The Philip Morris is going to be like that's like a just sit back and collect like a 4 or 5% move type of banger, right? And in NIO you can definitely scalp a little bit. When we come to 22nd century. Look, fantastic story. Don't get me wrong. Great story. Great business looks like they have here. Going to get a positive note with the nicotine policy coming through. But the rollover is there. You saw that turn off $4. Showed you guys that 380 level on the daily chart. It does only come to VWAP so far. So mostly we're talking about like a 15-cent scalp to the bottom. If it breaks 60, I'll take some more shares out in the 50 to 55 range. I can tell you Clover has tried to go.
Yeah.
But it just can't seem to get anywhere. Like it's bounced off 950. It's not flushing, which is good. I would have thought if this thing couldn't bounce back to VWAP, it should be like a dying quail at this point. But it's actually holding up, which it's got some time in here. We've seen these types of stocks run into 4 o'clock before. So if it holds this area here, I kind of figure maybe Clover is worth running to either VWAP or holding right into 4 o'clock. Don't do that with too many positions. And Roblox, you're killing me. First you're killing me over the fact that I always type NASDAQ instead of New York, but once again, it's just slowly trying to grind to the upside. Try to bottom pick on this one. It's in the money. All four of my positions in the money. Sundial almost doesn't count because whatever, that stock's always down. And then Roblox here just can't seem to move. It looks like 22nd Century for me is going to lead the way here for these four positions, and no entry point yet into GameStop. Now, it's much like Clover, where it's sort of like laying in the weeds. Oh, there it is. Trying to make a bit of a move there. There's a break. I didn't even get it hasn't even really broken 15s. I'll show you what level 2 looks like. Whoops. Oh, of course it doesn't show. We're going to go to Brendan in a second. It just broke 165 in the bid. Brendo?
All right, big mover, little one from China, agriculture space. Just double checking to make sure this isn't affected with this news story as well. This is a nano cap agriculture chemical company, which is China Green Agriculture, guys, CGA. 26% move. It did spike on that news, but is coming back here in a hurry. This thing's just gone absolutely crazy in the past 2 weeks, from 5.5 up to 17.5 today, guys, for CGA.
Yeah, this story has a lot of legs to it for sure. You just got to find the winners and pick them. I think we may have picked, hopefully, the bottom maybe in Facebook. So hopefully maybe we'll see now 15 cents in the money, but now 30 cents in the money, but on double the shares now. So happy with this performance. I may, we've had a couple tops here, may get some out at 301.50 here if the market wants to go. This will be a big win for us. So need to celebrate something if it goes. We're still waiting for that 299. Here it goes. So now the market's trying to go here. So let's see if it wants to get upside. We're nicely in the money. We're long at 397 cents right now. And look, it's only 30 cents in the money. I want more there. I don't know why it keeps struggling. That's a nice move up. So I am going to put an offer right now at 301.40. See if we can't take a little bit out. That would be nice. Just a little spike up for now. Gets us that 40 cents. We'll put that in our pocket and smoke it and celebrate tomorrow's 420. We obviously won't be celebrating that, but just on topic, we will look at some marijuana stocks coming up tomorrow. I am for sure on that one. Although they're not super high. You've seen, as the puns are just going to keep on coming, they're not flying too high yet today, these marijuana stocks. As, Weed Batman tomorrow will be in the building, guys. Hopefully you'll be able to join us still at 8:30.
Yeah, you better. I don't see why not. Now Clover is being lifted up a little bit, lifted up high. Not towards 75, where my next offer is going to be, but we did get a quick 10-cent scalp. And if it's gonna hold the 950 level, I kind of want to position myself with like 20 minutes to go here to the close. If it's going to be range bound, because we've seen it before, and I can just pick some up at like 950 to 955. We got 54s the first time. I'll rinse and repeat. Take some 10-cent scalp trades. See if we can't get 15 or 20. Hold some to see if it can't pop into the close. That'll be the name of the game. Just in case we barcode for a while here, as was coined in the morning show there. I love that one, Sean. In case we barcode, you want to see if you can't still make some money. We still haven't seen anything past VWAP here on 22nd Century. It looks like it's trying to, look, this is a random level. Of course, it's still on Roblox here, but it's sort of a random level. There isn't much of a bid that's causing any trouble here, so I'm just going to sit in the money on this. My next bid is is right here in front of 355. If it falls any further than that, I kind of feel like it's a pie in the sky. I'll just watch the level 2 to see where it slows down. We're in the money. If it bounces off VWAP, I'm going to go back to break even here. At this point, there's no use giving the short all the way back to 4 o'clock. Oh, sorry, 4 o'clock. To $4 that high. That's just reckless. You turn a winning trade into a losing trade. It's way too late in the day to do that. Well, you know what? You should never do that in the first place. Forget about, late in the day. It's just a waste of time. If it bounces off VWAP, you get out for break even or better. I'll throw it at 385 so I lose a few pennies on it, but not too much.
Yeah, exactly. Look, like we said, this coming to the close. I can't believe how fast this is. It's already 340, guys. So good trade. Look, so with that being said, I did take some out here on Facebook. So just to let you guys know, we got out 19s there. It's just top. Same kind of thing that we were seeing higher. But now that we've broken it and we still have that long, I'm pretty comfortable now holding this. So we'll just wait to see. Again, we put that money in our pocket. We're just seeking some revenge on Facebook. But again, I like the name ahead of that 300. We talk about trading psychological numbers all the time. And 300 is a pretty big one there. Someone said a movie quote here about 55 questions or something. Do you know what that's from?
I didn't.
I missed it there. Anyways, I'll find it for you. If you know what I'm talking about, put it in there, because I only say that because Neil, likes to play these games with you guys about movie quotes and stuff, and that was a good one. I'd never seen that before. Something about your hair and 55. So I don't know.
Oh, Coneheads. Okay. No. Yeah. Okay. Good.
I don't know. So now you know right away what that was. So there it was. I was gonna say put it in again, but
no one's ever confusing me with Dan Aykroyd, because that dude is you're talking about like legend.
Yeah, that's
a legend right there. Like if you never watched Coneheads, and I promise you, Lucas and Robbie, you probably never seen it because you're too young. You've both seen it. I'm
Canada,
genuinely impressed. These are young kids that do it. Like they're young. I'm old. Who do our show for us. And there they are. One of them looks pretty dapper today. But good for you that you know Coneheads, because that's
only one looks dapper. Wow, that's kind of throwing the other one under the bus there.
And
I think they both look great. Let's have another view of you guys again there. Let's see how great you guys look. There it is. Yeah, both looking dapper in my opinion. I like the plaid shirt there. What's up? But we can all tell which one is the sharp dressed man there. Just chilling out, stone cold chilling actually.
Love you both.
Okay, here we go, guys. We go from talking about cannabis to getting on fire. As you guys can see right now, we're going to the high side right now in Facebook. So Facebook right now, 301.48 and still ripping. Big trade for me, 57 cents now in the money. Let's see if it wants to keep on going now. 57 cents, 60 cents. Look at this. Facebook, guys. Hit the swish. We're on fire with this one. Big time trade. We picked up that bottom. Now the NASDAQ goes. We're happy with this move, guys.
Oh, I should have had, apologies, should have had this one here. CLNE, this is from the morning show. If you were watching along, this one got absolutely dumped after great news, the partnership with Amazon, their deal with Amazon. And look, it flushed through. I got out when it bounced off of 12 even. Now we've just gone through that price. So if this might be one of those day two come in, and if we're below 12.50, you're going to be short this name for sure. I can tell you Clover is trying. It just is not going. We did get that one out. If it rolls over here, I'm going to take one more long in front of 950. But with only 19 minutes to go, we're going to get some imbalances soon. Clover's on the NASDAQ. I am trading Roblox, which is over on the New York. It has come back to break even. I do have to at least be a little bit concerned. If this comes out as a sell imbalance, I'm dumping. This stock can't go anywhere. I've already tightened my stop on it. I don't have to worry about the imbalances when it comes to something news-based here. So 22nd Century, it either breaks up VWAP, gets back to like 385 and I'm out flat, or it gives us a secondary flush. Very binary in terms of my decision-making when it comes to this name. Brendan?
On that Facebook, Sean, there was a headline a little bit before we came back on around 1:30 this afternoon. They're working with Spotify on a feature to share and play music, apparently. So might be able to plug in Spotify to your Facebook account, guys.
What was the time? So that was before the show. Okay, so yeah, nothing to do with this move, thank God, because I was wondering about getting out right now. As we go $1 in the money, man. So we're punching Facebook in the face now, and thank God for that, as it just rips up to the high side. I think I'll put a stop at 301.50 to get out of that Facebook trade. Again, big win for me. 85 cents at the close. I like it. We'll take it. I mean, how much do we actually expect this name to go? I got burned on the Canadian imbalances last Friday, and I should make this bigger. You guys probably can't see it, but nothing super exciting here. Enbridge to the downside as well, but I don't see anything else. So that's what's good in Toronto.
Yeah, a little Canadian content. A little level 2 I'll show you here. This is not not a very significant bid, but 200,000 shares on the bid right now, Sundial. And like I said, I mean, this one, if it can't break through VWAP, you likely see potential. This has a shot to run, to be honest with you. And if it takes out 25, I might actually go to the long side if it gives me enough time to execute that trade. If it rolls from here, this is, again, sort of a binary action. It's either breaking 95 and I get out close to flat with like my short is 94.5 at this point, 94.4. So I'll lose like the half cent on the rest of the position, or it's going to retest back down to 91. I'm not really concerned with it in the middle here. If I'd taken no profit at this point, I would take some in front of that buyer that was at 93 cents. But it's on 265 million shares. So I don't know that 200,000 shares matters too much. It is worth noting though that it's consolidating right off of that bid. So if you guys are interested, maybe there's a run to happen in Sundial. It gives that late push into a buck, breaks some shorts backs here because it's holding up 10%. So good for Sundial. Maybe it'll crack that $1 tomorrow. I'd hate to have to wait for it, but you never really know when it comes to these things. Tesla was a name that we traded this morning. Got out too early of a long. pie my face for that one. Now it's basically range bound. I think the only thing I can take away from this is you'll sort of look to that 720 level. It flushed off the open at 720. It's been an afternoon high, so I think we got a good price that we can watch going into the close. If it can't hold this one, we have day one of a sell-off this week. That could be an interesting level to short off of tomorrow, and if it holds above that, I would look for it to be tiny little bit of support. No average in for Clover because the stock doesn't love me. So it cannot fill me at 75. It cannot fill me at 53. Basically just sitting here in the money 10 cents and giving me nothing more. At some point, I'm going to have to take a little bit more off here because with 15 minutes to go, time is of the essence.
Yep, that's exactly what it says of. And yeah, I'm trying to get out myself right now. We do have that Facebook look on, so we've talked about that a little bit just to see where we want to get out of that one. And I've decided I'm going to let this one ride. Hopefully this one can ride all the way home for us and we'll take a nice little win. So that's what I'm looking for right now in Facebook. We've already got this nice dollar in our pocket long at 393 cents. Like Neil said, man, the imbalances are going to come out. We're going to hope that they're going to be to the bid side, but right now, maybe not. So I do have an offer to get. I don't want to get out on this imbalance. So let me rephrase that. I don't have an offer because if the imbalances come out as a sell, this could just, get murked down here, 301 and change, then I get out and then it comes back up after that imbalance is sort of gulped up. So let's wait to see what happens. If it's a buy imbalance, then this thing goes probably, I don't know, northbound 302.50. I'm going to put an offer around there, see if we can't clean up that would be amazing if we can get $1.50 on this. But 203.30 or change, maybe this high is okay. 302.20, yeah, let's put an offer there in case this does spike up. But I'm excited for this trade. Let's see where it goes. It could fall back down. We've already taken the profit. If you're nervous about those imbalances, get out now. I'm just going to try. We've been having a successful day here. I'm like 3, 4, 5 times daily limit there. I said I wouldn't say that again, but just to let you guys know where we are from success-wise. But this is a 302. I do like this 303. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put an offer around here, 302.25-ish. If we get out there, we get out there. But I like the chances into a buy imbalance if there is one.
Yeah, I'm moving my stop again. I'm moving it up on Roblox here. Just going to just literally got out at 71.90. If it's not going to go, it's not going to go. I could have taken this one off for like a 40, 50 cent winner in that range. I thought there was more room to run on it. I like that level down at 72. If we get a chance to defend this, maybe again tomorrow, the market shows a little bit more strength. Given the fact that if it can hold the low, I might like that same price tomorrow morning. But with running, the clock running down, I got 3 positions. Roblox just couldn't seem to run for me here. Clover at least has some support down at this price. I can tell you Sundial's not really doing a heck of a lot of anything off of that 93. So that bid is winning. What remains to be seen whether or not it'll have any legs to get it to 75. It doesn't seem like that's going to be the case just yet. And if this doesn't make a run at $1 and then sort of doesn't gap up in the morning on 420, I'd be a little bit shocked if there wasn't actually a second test at $1 going into tomorrow. So for those of you that are bulls, it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. I don't want to be holding this one if it breaks that 95, and I'm still willing to go long at least a little bit for a quick little scalp trade if 95 breaks. I won't do that if it's literally in the last 3 or 4 minutes, but there's still time to put that one on if it comes there.
Yeah, okay, I was just messaging the wife there. What's up, wife? I'll be seeing you very soon, hopefully. Not hopefully, I don't see why I wouldn't. Okay, 301.20 to the downside. Here comes Facebook. It is taking that off. We did, let this profit go away. So we're still in the money at 30 cents. We did talk about taking it off there if you were nervous about the trade, but it was $1 in the money. I was going to give it to the imbalances, so they're only a couple minutes away right now, so we're going to leave it and see. I do still have lower bids. If we come crashing down, we'll see if we protect that 300 level. But I'm fully aware of the risks associated with this position right now. Check back on NIO. Ooh, we're getting close. I'm actually going to cancel this. It hasn't happened. I'm canceling basically, guys, all of the breakouts right now. If you haven't broken out yet and you're not giving us the trade, then I don't want it. So we're watching out for Facebook here. We still got Clover. Both positions nicely in the money. This Clover's 22 cents in the money. We'll see if it has one last run in it back to VWAP. We'll put an offer at 75. See if we can get out there. We're long at 33. And then Facebook, we've got this long still below. So we'll see if it can come out now, but look at this move down in the futures. Probably worth taking a little bit off here. I'm going to hold it, but if you did have this trade, you might want to take this 30, 40 cents. I'm going to wait for imbalances. Other than that,
well, okay, that's a good point because I'm about to like ring the register on 22nd Century because I got to take the profit. The imbalance is not going to do anything for me on this stock. I can't see any way. It's moving on news. Facebook can go in your favor in that regard, but this is not a stock that I care about that coming out. So might take another leg out here. Just leave a little bit. So 360s. It gives you a 20-cent move on a $4 stock. Should be happy with it. Love the news. Had to short the move. Brendan?
It'll be interesting to see imbalances on a couple of these, including some that we were looking at this morning, guys. If you remember, Peloton down big time with negative news today, but it did come into this congestion area over on the daily chart and held nicely today, trying to hold higher here in front of 107, pushing back up for PTON.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I don't know about that name there with the news that's surrounding them. We'll look to see.
It's a sad story.
Like I said about QuantumScape, we look to let these stocks settle down a bit before we, actively get involved. Just checking out right now, Bitcoin has made a nice move. I mean, this is the whole day basically as I zoom it out. We got low as 54 back around 11:30, and it's just been a nice move to the high side in the afternoon. So I look to see tomorrow if we could retest 57. I mean, that might happen overnight when the Chinese come back online. But we'll wait to see 57 and change, 57.5 or so to the upside. So we'll wait. But it seems like Bitcoin did hold off on some of that dump there yesterday, or I guess Saturday near midnight, when we had that dump starting at about 10 p.m. all the way to the downside. You touched 50,000. If you guys are just joining us now and you weren't aware of that, oh man. This is the thing. I always mess this up again. Where is it? It's all the way back. We'll have to find it, but it did touch 50,000 there. Right here, 51,000 there touched. Now right back to the upside. So that's a scary little crash. I mean, Bitcoin can do that. Just get your bids lower to get ready to pick up some of that. But nice to see. This is the level I'm talking about. 57.5 tomorrow. We got to see if it tests that.
Yeah, you know what just occurred to me? I'm like, why am I holding Sundial when it's not flushing going into 420? Why am I waiting for it to come to 95? Just get it out. Take the position off. I also just got out of Clover, broke that 950. I can't hold that. It is now just 22nd Century. Brendan?
All right, a few interesting names on here, guys. Philip Morris standing out here. Sell, big sell, 800,000 plus. Virgin, top of the list. Space, yeah, buy. Nearly 2 million on the buy side for Space. But PM heading back to the downside, guys.
Yeah, Philip Morris. We'll check it out on Altria, which is MO. This was the one. I mean, for me, guys, this was the good idea. So we saw the news. I mean, we got in very, very aggressively. This is only 1 minute, 2 minute. This is basically a market sell order. If you know the names and you're educated up about like which names should move on which kind of news, PM, a great one. Obviously, we could check out. I mean, let's just look at Philip Morris right now quickly. Probably same kind of move to the downside. Yep, there it is. So you get in right there. This had actually a better opportunity to get in because it came back up. But as far as a mover, it looks like MO for percentage-wise was probably the right one. From 52 down to 48, so a nice move down. Now we'll see. This is going to be a second-day play. Let's see what the company has to say, and let's see if there's any breadth at all to what Joe Biden's saying. Facebook does come back up, so that's nice. I don't know. You had the NASDAQ buys out there, right? Let's just see. I see Microsoft as a sell. I don't see anything else.
I don't see anything that big.
Intel has a sell. Microsoft's not on here, but it has created a little bump in the marketplace. Let's just get out now, man. This is a 40-cent win. I don't think we moon here, so let's just get out of, well, maybe we do. Let's just get out of Facebook now, celebrate the win with only 7 minutes left.
Yeah, I'm just going to hang on to that 22nd Century. Now, someone just said no regrets, ragrets. I got one regret in Peloton today, and that was shorting the bottom here at 107 and having, I don't know, like this was a short that I actually believed in the morning and averaged into the 112.75 level, which I said in the pre-market. I'm like, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to be short. If it doesn't break that, going to hang on to it. And then when 106, when the low of the day breaks, I actually gave my position 30 cents. I'm not even making that up. I had a 30-cent stop on Peloton, which is like, at times it's the spread for crying out loud. It goes all the way back down to 105 before making a bottom. So that was probably like a dollar of gross at least thrown away. Oddly enough, showing a little bit of strength here, so there is some pep in its step. I'm gonna be watching, and I had this level marked down at 109. It just never really tested it for you guys in the afternoon show. I'm gonna come tomorrow and be thinking about 109 as a bit of a shelf. If it opens above there, I want it to be support for any kind of a bounce back. I thought we had an outside shot to test 100 today, looking at the daily chart. It was not quite that weak in Peloton, so maybe it'll have enough to bounce above 109 tomorrow. I think it's going to need some help from the market. Brennan?
Another one popping up on imbalance volume, guys. Lattice Semiconductor, LSCC, just came in on a volume scanner there through 56, still down on the day. We got that news this morning, the NVIDIA ARM deal in trouble because Europe looking at blocking that. Lattice, though, upgraded today for, or actually a cut from Susquehanna to the downside, guys.
Okay, yeah, we're getting near that end. So Pokeroo says, thank you for joining us. And Sean, why did you take out Clovis? Well, we took out Clovis because it was a nice little 30+ cent winner there. Even more, man, 34 up to 68. So, 30, there it comes. I was waiting for 9.75, but again, we'll take that out, 33 cents. We'll take that profit, 33, 34 cents off that bottom. Out there at VWAP. We let it go here. As I said, we weren't sitting here, but we come back down. We notice the 10 is there. Good little out, and then out again right before VWAP. So Clovis today, well traded. Not huge stock, but there's some money here. People asking for a swing. I think Clovis maybe can get held for a swing. It didn't make the move that everybody thought. So if it gets active again overnight with some buyers, I mean, it's only up that 10%. We know this thing can fly. And again, we are above this 50 period. I just watch out for this 9, but you can't control that overnight. So we'll wait to see. But the market coming back up, we did take out Facebook for 50 cents. So that was a good one right there. You saw that come out. So nice little buy there, a nice short on MO, and a nice long on Facebook. So, and a nice long on Clover. So only 4 minutes to go. I'm pretty happy, and I'm flat. Maybe should have held that Facebook for this 301.90. But hey,
well, running out of time.
What can we do?
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to be happy with it. And the news that came through, obviously as Sean broke it actually for the show anyways, when it came to the administration and the nicotine and possible action, it looks like 22nd Century is starting to slow down, so it's going to hold up I'd say rather well. I mean, that's the best way to look at it. It's going to be in play tomorrow. It's going to go pull the 3-minute chart back a little bit more so you can see last couple of sessions from like 350 to like 367. It has been like a bit of a chop zone before it got flushed 2 days in a row. So the fact that it can hold up here, that could be good for maybe a secondary bump as everyone's digesting that news here today. I'm going to have to cover this short position no matter what. I can throw out my stop. It's no longer relevant. I have one position to manage. It either flushes, and I've been trying to get the bottom end of this range, that 352, to try and take like a 30-cent winner on it, just a little bit more than that. But if it turns around, I'll probably just get out in the low 60s or mid 60s here, lock in 20 pennies worth of profit with only 3 minutes to go. I doubt that I'm going to have another position. It's been a fun day. It's been an active day. One more name to sort of throw at you because it did not do anything. I thought maybe there'd be some action in QuantumScape, possibly taking another fresh look at that low. It does hold 31, so no test of 30 even for QuantumScape. Down 11%. I mean, there's a lot of names across the board that you wanted to see if it had a little bit of an afternoon pop. This one looks like it's closing on the lows. Brendan?
A couple of things to note as we head towards the close, guys. 4:15, IBM will report. 4:30, American Airlines will report. Coming up tomorrow, this one will report. J&J, I just saw, before market open tomorrow. So in vaccine world, obviously, we'll have a look at J&J in the morning, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what, guys, I don't know what they're going to say other than hopefully maybe they'll drop some more efficacy stuff, but this is earnings. It's not about the virus well, I guess it will be naturally about their vaccine, so we'll wait to see. Looks like Facebook, we did dump that. I see what you're saying, Cincinnati Guru looking for weekly calls. Hey, man, as long as we believe in the NASDAQ, then this will go. So I do like that play. But other than that, I mean, AMC doesn't come down in there. MO, bouncing. That could be a play for tomorrow. Let's see. What did AMC? How low did it go? Yeah. So that 950 held again. That might be the bottom temporarily at least for a while there. We'll wait to see. But with GameStop moving around today as well, I was surprised. That actually GameStop just had some moves, I guess, in the morning, and then like we say, kind of barcoded here in the afternoon. So some nice moves up to 175. Man, you talk about a sheet here. Did we ever peg that 175? I liked the 175 as a breakout, but wow, was that ever a nice support side there? So I guess resistance on the high side there for GameStop. So I'm looking for GameStop tomorrow, 175. That should be aggressive.
Yeah, I will tell you this. My new out is wherever this order happens to be on 22nd Century. 358, I just saw 125,000 share order on the Amex. So if that's going to be my out, I only have a couple of minutes. I'll have to take out wherever it is. It just moved that stock down a couple extra pennies here for me for some growth. So this looks like it's going to be a winner. Always try to trade what is active. That's the whole idea of what we're doing here. You got to have movement if you want to make money as a day trader and a short-term trader. So we try to bring those names here. That's why that news has been the biggest catalyst, I think, of this session, Sean.
Yep, and we're getting ready to go. We're almost done here. So again, thank you for joining us in this fastest 45 minutes. Make sure you join us tomorrow as we'll be back live at 8:30 talking everything about the markets once again. And yeah, look, it's been an exciting day with only a minute left. Tomorrow's a new day, a bunch of earnings on top. Oh, I wanted to look at J&J here quickly. I don't think we have any trades left on. I'm flat. I don't think Neil has anything on. The J&J daily chart here, again, if it loads, hurry up. We're stuck right now, so I'm not expecting much here, but watch out if we do break below 150. That could be a problem to the downside for J&J, as this bellwether does not normally get hit. Only 30 seconds right now.
Yes, sir. And I did get out that 125,000 share order on 22nd Century, followed it down, is now sitting in the offer of 55. I had to get out because I got to get flat. So some selling coming into that name. We're going to drop the countdown for you here so we can ring the bell to end Monday with a big time earnings week here. But there it goes. And there is a newest member of the Trader TV family. There's Maggie. Ring that bell. You better not break it on your first day. 2-1.
There we go. Yay, good job. Thank you, Maggie, for hitting that bell. Brendan, that was exciting.
We'll wrap it up at that, guys. We'll have a look at how things finished for the day. There we go. 0.5% for the S&P. We have 0.45 to the downside for the Dow. The NASDAQ stuck at 1%, sadly, for the day. 0.7 here in Toronto. Yeah, Bitcoin struggled there at the end. 9.6, obviously not affected with the market closing, but still down. Better part of 10%, guys, for Bitcoin.
The only
so
thing
could be another negative day tomorrow, possibly, for crypto stocks.
Yeah, I mean, look, possibly, but I mean, it's that 10% rule. I mean, it picks them up today and it falls again tomorrow. Maybe pick a little bit up tomorrow. I'm disappointed that Coinbase didn't move there, Sean, but actually, no, I'm not. The fact that Coinbase held up as well as it did wasn't great for a day trade, but in the midst of that selling, found some support. So that's definitely a good thing.
Yeah, I didn't even actually forgot. I wish I would have remembered about Coinbase.
It's great.
We forgot about that on the afternoon. Well, I did anyways on the afternoon show. Wow, what? Oh my God, I cannot believe this 328 came again down there and held again.
Yeah, let's not talk about
Here's
that.
328 from the open, there's 328 again, and there's wow, okay, I see you, Coinbase. Guys, it's been a fantastic show for our newest member, Maggie, for Miss V running the chat, for Brendan, where's Brendan? There he is, hey, what's up, Brendan? And for, I don't want to take his own line. I got to figure out something else. I was going to say my good friend Neil
For
Roberts.
Conehead.
But that's from the morning show. Guys, thank you to our production team once again. This has been the fastest 45 minutes in YouTube history. But we'll be back tomorrow for once again. We'll break the records all again, guys. Have a great evening, and we'll see you. Be safe. See you tomorrow, 8:30, guys. Ciao.
Good morning, guys.
Bye, guys.